What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another gaming session. Today we're going to be talking about, well, a game that kind of got mixed reviews. A lot of people kind of looked over it and didn't really think highly of it. Now, I'm talking today, of course, about Dead Island 2. And for me, I am a big Dead Island fan. I remember playing through the first Dead Island game with one of my friends that I grew up with, and basically we played probably 3 or 4 times through, and it was really cool, just the customization of the weapons and an open world zombie game. It was a good time. I really enjoyed like the co-op experience of playing the game. And I was really hoping for Dead Island 2 to come out at some point. I didn't think it was going to take this long, but Dead Island 2 came out on April 21st, 2023, and then Dead Island 1 came out all the way back in 2011. So that's just that's a really long time for a game that I thoroughly enjoyed. It just went through a lot of delays and a lot of essentially shifts in leads and designers and just a lot of different problems with the game overall. So with Dead Island 2, I have to say I have enjoyed the experience thus far. I just essentially got to the second boss, which the second boss is like this big clown-like monster dude that spews out green splooge at you, and you essentially use pyro effects at this studio backlot to try to destroy the zombies and essentially try to destroy him. And the boss fights in this game, at least for the first 2 that I have played, and the first one I played was like this large corpse bride, muscled up motherfucker that looked like Braun Strowman. In a wedding dress. And basically, it was just, it's a crazy cool boss battle, and I have enjoyed trying to figure out the second boss battle and how to essentially beat that one. But the game overall, it really does evolve what the first game was. And that's kind of what I was hoping for. Now, is it all perfect? No. I think the upgrade system they should have done a lot more with it in terms of the weapon upgrades. It feels very simplistic in design, as well as I feel like me leveling up my character doesn't... it's not as rewarding as I would like. I would like the ability to just go and try to create my own character in terms of what type of skills I want them to have. Similar to Dying Light, how they kind of have their setup. I would have appreciated that with Dead Island 2. So I did write down some things that I did like about Dead Island 2. And I did like the fact that, similar to the first one, you get to pick between certain characters, and they all kind of have their own, like, perks and advantages to being them. I wound up choosing Jacob, and basically he's got like this really dope drop kick, and this drop kick that you essentially get because you can upgrade it into like a sidekick, a jumping sidekick, and a couple of those and you can take out the weak zombies pretty easily. But each of them does have like a unique ability or skill that you can essentially get, and then some of them are better like with guns or other weapons, and it's just yeah, so that's kind of nice, but it doesn't feel like it's... I would have preferred maybe the possibility to create my own character, but it is what it is. The game does have decent humor. It's Dead Island humor, so if you played the Dead Island game, it's very kind of quirky, like Zombieland type of humor. Great voice acting so far. It has been... the game has some pretty good voice actors.
Oh, I had to look. Oh, man! Oh, hell! Way too much! Oh, bandage and booze!
Great visually. It's a gorgeous game. Absolutely incredible. I can't imagine what it looks like. I played on my PS5 and can't imagine what it looks like on a high-end PC. But overall, in the PS5, definitely top-tier graphics. Missions feel different enough, so I don't feel like so far. I'm probably only 2 bosses in, so I imagine I'm pretty early on in the game. However, the missions so far have felt unique, whereas Dying Light kind of felt like a lot of the similar type of missions. Dying Light felt very boring. So the physics in the game, when you do use the drop kick, essentially, I like when the zombies flip over balconies, or when you essentially kick them into something and then you hear their head smash. You feel it. You really feel it. So I like the physics in this game, and the sound effects are all really, really good. It really draws you in, which makes the game feel like nightmarish when it's dark outside and you're just surrounded by tons and tons of zombies, which can range from runners to brutes to just basic zombies. One of them even has almost like a bee catcher type dude, and he's got swarms that are around him, and you have to kill them because you can't kill the swarms, and they'll just keep attacking you and bringing down your health. But there's a good deal in variety in the terms of how the zombies look, as well as how each of them plays. So one of the things that I did kind of feel like playing through Dead Island 2 is I did feel like a little bit of the island that you see in the first game is there. In some of the areas, especially the resorts, it feels like a way upgraded version of it, but I do feel like, as a fan of the first one, I kind of appreciate the nostalgia effect. Whether or not they were going for it, I do feel it, and it's something that I think is really cool. So essentially, because in this game, in Dead Island 2, there's not a lot of upgrades in terms of your characters. You do get perks, you do get abilities, but I feel like it's very simple because they use like these playing cards that you collect that are kind of scattered throughout the game. That is one thing I did find myself tending to do quite a bit, was kind of just wandering around and looking in every direction in any room that I can possibly find, which you can go in most rooms or most houses or whatever, so that's pretty cool. I feel like it's very, very simplistic, so that is kind of a knock I will say against the game, is I feel like when I level up, I don't feel like it's really makes a difference. One of the major complaints I do have with this game, and I do understand why they essentially don't allow it, fast travel. So fast travel you essentially can't do until very later on in the game. I found out when I looked it up, because I was like, well, this seems like a lot of walking, and I kind of would like to fast travel to certain points of the game. But yeah, the game is meant to essentially eliminate fast travel because they kind of want you to explore, and they also want you to experience the game as they want to tell it. So whether or not it's certain scenes that they want to make sure that are at night, like certain boss battles that you're facing, they don't want them during the day for whatever reason. So essentially they want to make sure that when you are traveling and you're going to that part of the game, they want it to be, whether they want it to be day or whether they want it to be night, they want to make sure they set it up specifically. My first impression on Dead Island 2 is I'm definitely having a lot of fun with it. I find myself, there's a bunch of games that I have gotten with like the PlayStation sale, like the holiday sale, that I want to get to at some point, but I just find myself keep continuing to go back to Dead Island 2 because I am having a lot of fun with it. And it's similar fun that I had with the first game. And while it's not like the game of the year or whatever you want to have it, the fun factor is there. And I do find myself continuously finding new things that I can do in the game and just reasons to continue to go back. And part of it is the boss battles too. And part of that reason is the boss battles. I think that's a big reason why I continue to go back to the game. But overall, I would say if you are looking for a fun game that's just kind of chill and possibly can play with your friends, Dead Island 2 is definitely a game that in 2023, if you missed this one, is worth checking out. But that's my opinion. If you have played this game before, let us know your opinion in the comments down below. And also down below, you'll find a description where me and my brother Rocky's all our socials are located. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. And don't forget to hit subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on videos like this from us in the future. Thank you so much for chilling with me, and I'll see you all in the next gaming session.
Space out of my head to the depths of the universe. It's a spell or a chance just to open up a newer curse. If I swim too far, then my head goes under. If we take it as it is, then there ain't no wonder. It's hard to imagine that just one little blunder